All right, so our story this week is chapter 3, Joe is in Africa. You all have this story with you. It might look a little different, but you can follow along with the pictures, okay? So go ahead and get your story out, and we're gonna go along with this while I read, okay? All right, chapter 3, Joe is in Africa. Before we start, who remembers where Joe was last week? Joe was in Asia. All right, remember Joe traveled to China where he went to the Great Wall of China. He went to India. Who remembers what he saw in India? He saw the Taj Mahal, that's right. And in Nepal, he got to climb Mount Everest. So he got to see some really cool things. If there's something I'm forgetting, please message me and tell me. I think he visited one more place. Let's see who remembers. You can comment on the comments of this video and tell me, okay? All right, chapter 3, Joe is in Africa. Where in the world is Joe Vance? He is traveling the world. He is collecting postcards and taking pictures along the way. His next stop is Africa. What will he see? Look, this is our postcard from Africa. We've been talking lots about postcards and how you can send them from different places. Now, I don't have my map, but what I will do is I'll post a map of the world and you can find Africa on your map, okay? This is what Africa looks like. All right. Joe looks at a map of Africa. He wants to see Egypt, Kenya, Tanzania, and Zambia. He will travel to Egypt first. He wants to see landmarks in Egypt. Joe travels to Egypt. Oh, I think I just heard one of our vocab words. Did anyone else hear it? It's one of those big ones we've been talking lots about. You're right, it's landmarks. He wants to see landmarks in Egypt. See, that makes it so much easier to travel when you know where the big landmarks are. He's gonna look at the landmarks that are known in Egypt and make Egypt famous. All right, so look at his map. Here's Egypt. That's where we're gonna go see him. In Egypt, it is very hot and dry. Joe sees the Great Pyramids. The pyramids are made of heavy stone. They were built thousands of years ago for kings called pharaohs. Pyramids are no longer built in Egypt today. Look at that picture of the pyramids. That is pretty cool that he saw pyramids. Does anyone know what shape those are? Kind of like a triangle. It's a 3D triangle. Okay. This sentence right here, they were built thousands of years ago for kings called pharaohs. What is thousands of years ago? Is that right now or is that happening in the past? Yeah, that's happening in the past, not right now, okay? That's important to remember. All right, so Joe saw pyramids. Let's see what else he sees. Joe wants to see some natural landmarks as well. He rides a cruise boat down the Nile River. The Nile River is one of the longest rivers in the world. Joe sees crocodiles and hippos in the river. The Nile River helps the people of Egypt to grow. I think that's a vocab word as well. Does anyone remember what a river is? Our vocab told us that a river is where there's two pieces of land and there's water flowing in between. Okay, so that's what the Nile River is. It's a major landmark in Egypt. He rides a cruise boat down the Nile River. Remember, you can ride on a boat when you go on a river. It's the longest in the world. Why do you think that the Nile River helps the people of Egypt to grow food? What do you need to grow food? Do you need water? Yeah, you do. So they can grow food along the side and the water helps the food grow. All right. Joe loves seeing all the animals. He wants to see more. He travels to another country, Kenya. Kenya is warm, but has more water than Egypt. Joe goes on a safari. He rides in a truck through the grassland. Joe sees lions and elephants on the safari. Ooh, look at that. Has anyone heard of a safari before? Can you think of an animal you might see in a safari? I'm going to think for a second. Oh, I think you can see giraffes on a safari. We know I love giraffes a lot, don't we? So that would be awesome to get to go see a giraffe. That would be a dream for me. All right, so he gets to go on a safari and see lots of animals. He said he saw lions and elephants on the safari. Pretty cool. Tanzania is his next place. So next, Joe travels to Tanzania. He takes a helicopter ride to see Mount Kilimanjaro. It is the tallest mountain in Africa. It is formed out of layers of hardened lava and ash. One of the volcanoes, Kibo, could still erupt. Wow, that's an interesting fact. Pretty cool. I think I heard a vocab word in there. It's something we also have here in Colorado. Who remembers what that is? You're right, it is mountains. It is the tallest mountain in Africa. There's that vocab word that we see lots of. Good job, guys. All right, let's see where he goes next. While in Tanzania, Joe visits a village. The people who live in the village are called a tribe. Joe sees some art the people made. He watches the tribe dance and sing to music with drums. Ooh, that's pretty fun. That sounds like something we would enjoy to do. Dancing and singing with drums. Joe's last stop in Africa is in Zambia. Joe takes a taxi to see Victoria Falls. Victoria Falls is called a curtain of falling water. The waterfall is over a mile long. Joe gets wet from the spray of the water. He feels cooler from the water mist. Wait a second, what is that? That's one of our vocab words. Is that a waterfall? Yeah, it is. All right, so we've got a waterfall and it says it's over a mile long. Wow, that's a really long waterfall. Glad we finally got to see a waterfall in our story. Joe stops at, this is a big word. Let's see if I can say it. Chimfunzi. Wildlife orphanage. Chimfunzi is a safe place for chimpanzees to live. Some of the chimpanzees are hurt or sick. The people at Chimfunzi take care of these chimpanzees as well as other animals. Joe enjoyed the landmarks and the warm weather on his trip to Africa. Ooh, look at those chimpanzees. Did we see chimpanzees at the zoo last year? If you were part of our class? We did. We did see some chimpanzees at the zoo. They were pretty fun to look at. Hopefully when we go to the zoo this year, we'll be able to see them again. All right. It's pretty cool that Joe got to see a place where they take care of hurt or sick chimpanzees. All right, so this last sentence tells us Joe enjoyed the landmarks and the warm weather on his trip to Africa. The end. All right, so he got to visit lots of cool places. All right, we will read the story again on Thursday. Go ahead and complete your assignment for today. It's just finding a vocab word and creating a sentence with it. You can do it on Google Doc or you can create a video and post it. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon.